Trump getting ready to announce to call the Persian Gulf Arabian Gulf. And this has been leaked all over the place. He is getting ready to announce this. His upcoming Saudi Arabia visit that the U.S. will refer to the Persian Gulf as the Arabian Gulf of or Gulf of Arabia, following his earlier renaming of Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America, reported as Associated Press. With U.S. officials, Trump teased a significant announcement. Rob, if this is it, Rob, go for it and play it.
Referring to the Persian Gulf as the Arabian Gulf, are you going to make that announcement on your
They're going to ask me about that when I get there, and I'll have to make a decision.
So you haven't made a decision yet?
I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't know if feelings are going to be hurt. Why have a case right over here? It's called Gulf of America. And I guess a lot of people get ideas from us. But the Gulf of America was something I thought should have been named a long time ago. I'm going to be given a briefing on that. It was just done. And I'll make a decision.
Is it the U.S. position that Iran can have an enrichment program as long as it doesn't reach a weapons?
We haven't made that decision yet. We will, but we haven't made that decision yet.
President, China said the U.S. initiated the trade.
So, the Persian Gulf, covering nearly 97,000 square miles and bordering Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Qatar, UAE, and Oman, has been naming disputes since the 1960s, with Arab nations pushing for Arabian Gulf over the historical Persian Gulf. Iran, with over 1,000 miles of coastline, threatened legal action against Google in 2012 for not labeling the Gulf, and warned airlines in 2010, stating that calling it Arabian Gulf on in-flight monitors will be barred from Iranian airspace. Rob, if you can play the clip of the Shah being asked this question by Mike Wallace back in, God knows, 1972 or 76. It's on Twitter. If you just go to my account, you'll see it right there. I retweeted it. You'll see all the way at the top of it. I think it may even be the most recent tweet that I have. That one right there. If you can play this, zoom out. Yeah, there you go.
As you know, I have been across the Gulf that you call Persian and they call Arabian.
Why do you call it Gulf? You have been to school, or haven't you?
Yes.
What was the name that you have read during your school days?
Persian Gulf.
All right.
But they do call it Arabian Gulf.
Well, they can do many things.
And they...
You see his poise?
As you know...
You see his poise, how it is? Do you see how he's handling himself? Do you see how classy it was? Do you see how amazing it was? Let me tell you how awesome Iran was at one point. This is Iranian kids right now, Rob, if you can play this clip. This is Iranian kids right now in Iran singing, and look what they say about Hezbollah. Then look how Iranians used to sing kids when the Shah was the leader. You tell me if you notice a difference between what it is now versus what it was pre-1979 Islamic Revolution. Go ahead, Rob. Evil America, listen carefully. This is the code name for our operation. These are words from our promise Allah. All of you infidels, Americans, we the Hezbollah will defeat you.
Jeez.
Prosper Iran, forever shine. Be free, O Iran, through every time. From your children, brave and noble. Be ever joyful, O Iran, anew.
What a difference of brainwashing leadership. Holy shit. Sorry. Oh my goodness. What a change.
Let me tell you, when you get leaders of the Khomeinis, the Khomeinis, all of those guys that have been running Iran since 78 and turned the Middle East into as chaotic of an environment as it's ever been, pre-79, this was not happening when the Shah was in charge. They didn't fully trust Israel. Shah never did, but they had a good relationship together. They made it work. He didn't trust a lot of different people, but there was a relationship there. He has a way of talking to people and working with them. Even the IRGC founder said that we kept talking about how many people the Shah killed. The number wasn't that big. The number was in the 1,500s to 3,000. And their claims they made constantly over and over and over and over again. One number is too many. But they made him seem like the biggest dictator of all time, and he was never that. He brought freedom to women. You know, girls were being married at 8 years old, 10 years old. He says that doesn't make any sense. 13, 15, even higher ages. Women could go to school. My mother got her 4-year degree in finance from the University of Tehran. My mother in Iran got a 4-year degree from the University of Tehran many, many years ago. And so, and she was somebody that was a supporter of, she fell for the trap, and a lot of people did, that the Shah and the people were all about the rich and all this stuff. And Khomeini's going to come and he's going to give us free rice, free cars, free phones, free this, free that. And then what happens? The rest is destroyed. So the question becomes, is Trump doing this, trolling? Why is he doing it? I have some thoughts, but Adam, I'm going to come to you first.
I mean, one of the best things I've learned since being next to you for the last 5 years is understanding the nature of the Persian people and Iran. Because, the revolution was in 79, I was born in 80, and I never knew an Iran that wasn't this Islamic, theocratic, thug, murderous regime. Seeing the videos that you show when the Shah, Reza Pahlavi, was in charge, it's like a different world. You see videos of women and beautiful women in dresses and dancing. It was like, how they say that like Lebanon is sort of like the modern Paris of the Middle East, which is no longer the Paris of the Middle East 50 years ago was Iran. And compare that to what's going on today. So, in America today, we talk about, listen, these schools, this woke, this progressives, they're no longer educating, they're indoctrinating. So picture this. That's what's going on in America. When we have freedoms, civil liberties, okay, this indoctrination that's going on, imagine being in Iran, where you have no say, you can't say back to the government, you can't push back. The indoctrination of these kids is insane. So you start to see this, all right, they're singing about, what group were they singing about? Hezbollah, were they not?
Hezbollah.
So Hezbollah, the Houthis, Hamas, they're all funded by the Islamic terror group in Iran. So don't tell me that everyone in Gaza is just an innocent victim of this war that's happening right now, because all these kids have unfortunately been indoctrinated by Hamas for the last 20 years. And that is a small example of what they do.
Yeah. I mean, look, what is the president doing? Do I want to see the Persian Gulf be renamed to something else? Of course not. The history of the Persian Gulf being named the Persian Gulf for 2,500 years. And if you look at the history of who called it that, what names they had, what different places, the history of it is well documented. Everybody sees it. But what is the president doing? He is using this as a method of negotiation to get under the skin of Iran. Mm-hmm. That's what he's doing. And he's sitting there saying, who's going to do a better deal with me? If Saudi's going to put 1.3 trillion, 600 billion, you're going to do all that stuff to America, and Iran's going to look and, treat us the way they are, guess what, Iran? I'm going to get under your skin. That's what he's doing. And I understand his methodology of what he's doing. I truly do. I get what he's doing. This would have never, ever happened if the Shah was in Iran. Never, ever happened to all the people as much as they criticize that man. This would have never, ever happened if the Shah was still leading that country and Iran had a democracy. Never happened. Because Iran would have had a good relationship with Israel. Iran would have had a good relationship with Saudi. Iran would have had a good relation with America. Iran would have had a good relation with a lot of different people. But no. You have somebody right now that's financing and selling everything Iran has to places like China, a $400 billion deal that they signed for, 25 years. And so, yeah, we're going to do a nuclear deal, and they just have to promise that they're not going to build any nuclear weapons. You think you believe them? I already think they have it. I'm speculating, but I'm convinced Iran already has nuclear capabilities. My opinion. So it's not a fact. It's my opinion. I believe they already have it. You think they're going to tell you about it? If the Hamas can build the underground tunnels that they've been able to build for as many years as they did, and those guys are amateurs, what do you think Iran's capable of building underground? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think is down there? You want me to negotiate and say, yeah, make sure you guys don't build any nuclear? Stop it. Stop it. Right. Anyways, Adam, you sound like you want to say something.
No, I just, two things. When someone tells you who they are, believe them. So when Iran is shouting death to America, death to Israel, just believe them, take them at their word. I believe that they actually want to see America fall to their knees, and they call America the big Satan. They call Israel the little Satan. Now, I'm not even tying those two together. They want to see us dead. Not the people, the Ayatollahs. But number two, what authority does Trump have to change the Gulf, the Persian Gulf? Like, what authority does he have? Meaning, okay, we can change the Gulf of Mexico.
What authority does the president have?
Meaning that's not his side of the world. What authority does he have to do that?
It's called the biggest megaphone ever in the history of mankind. Ever. It's the biggest megaphone. And by the way, if he says the Arabian Gulf, guess how many people around that area would actually support that? If he says that and he goes being aggressive with it, let me tell you, there's a lot of people that will start calling that themselves. What did he say to Associated Press? If you stop calling the Gulf of America, I'm going to stop funding you.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you the amount of power this man has with the way he negotiates and how calculating he is, no, this is a brilliant move to get under Iran's skin, and I think it's going to work in many creative ways, and I think a lot of people are going to support it. As much as for a guy that is from there and I'm driven by history, I'm not supportive of this. I fully understand why he's doing it.
Yeah. It's probably to get under their skin.
It is.
Meaning, like, he's not buying Greenland. He's not
No.
making Canada the 51st state. Who knows what's going on with the Panama Canal? He's doing this. He's poking the bear.
So we officially now have a collaboration of ties with Stefano Ricci. We have this jacket that just came out, new ties with Valuetainment. On it, a blue sports jacket that looks amazing with the Valuetainment logo, the button. I don't know if you saw the button there with the Valuetainment logo on the side of it. Subtle tie and Valuetainment belt. Absolutely sick belt that we have. Again, this is for those that are business owners. Can you show us this jacket here that you have, Chris? Go for it. Let's go to Chris here.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Pat. So we're going to walk you through our 16 units that we have of this lambskin leather aviator bomber here. 100% lambskin. I'm going to walk you why. You're saying, Chris, it looks like we have a couple logos. We don't know what's going on, but let me walk you through why it's special. Obviously, Lion Shield branding, right? Let's walk you through what these degrees mean. This is exactly our degrees here. We're on a landing pad here in Florida. This is where we take off with you guys sitting at home. And let me walk you through why it's special on the inside. So one of the things that Pat has said to us and mentions every day. So we have a little leather patch here. It says, greatness isn't reached by staying on the ground. It's earned by taking off when others are afraid to fly.
My man.
So my man, Pat, came up with that. It makes sense with our aviator jacket. Let me walk you through our custom lining. You can see.
That is sick.
That is VT with our Lion Shields.
I love it.
Each of the 16 that are remaining are going to be hand signed by Pat with this leather patch. So each one is going to be signed by Pat here on corporate. You're going to see him. We're going to do it right now for you guys just to show how special it is.
If you want to show the back, what's on the back? Turn it around.
Yeah, let me
Turn the
finish.
jacket on.
So when you make that statement, when you walk away, you walk out of that room, you get out of your car, your jet, wherever you're going. That's what you're going to see. You're setting a statement here.
Sick.
So
and an American flag on the side. Bring it over here, Chris.
One last thing, too. 2 hours of sandblasting, literally, to make that American flag.
Really? Let me tell you.
So someone sat there for 2 hours.
Sick. And when you put it on, it's unfreaking believable. I'll sign that, Rob. If you can go on the VT merch as well for this limited edition items that we have. By the way, there's only 16 of these. The Stefano Ricci ties, they're all numbered out of 50. Only 20 are left. The jackets that you see over there, the blue one, there's only 10 jackets left. 2 of the size 40, two of the size 42 and 44, only 146, only 148, and only 150. And those shirts, the dress shirts, the blue and the black, those will go in no time. If you zoom in on those shirts, Rob, if you don't mind clicking on that, just click on one of them and zoom in. The inside says Future Looks Bright with the VT logo on it. I'm going to sign this guy over here. Oh, this is so sick. Okay. Chris, if you want to come grab this, guys, all you have to do is go to vtmerch.com to get this gear. This will literally go because it is limited. And again, if you're a business owner, if you ever see me wear these black shirts, now you're seeing what we're doing, the black and blue shirts, Valuetainment gear. Go to vtmerch.com to place your order. Limited supplies. This will go in no time. And cannot wait to see you guys sported and post pictures of it all over the place. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.